Now, if you currently work in an office or have worked in an office in the past and your company provided you with a laptop, there's a very high chance that it was either a Dell or a Lenovo, right? Now, these two brands have been synonymous with office or enterprise laptops for many, many years. Now, it's been quite hard for a lot of other companies to sort of break through this market. But what I have here is the ASUS ExpertBook B9450. And I honestly think with this laptop, ASUS might have just done it. Okay, so here it is. So like I said, this is the ASUS ExpertBook B9450. Well, the ExpertBook is actually a line of laptops made by ASUS targeted specifically for office use, but we're going to review the B9450 right now. Okay, now before we talk about the specs and we talk about the laptop, I want to talk about the unboxing, because as usual, if there is one thing that you cannot fault ASUS for, number one, of course, is design. And also the experience of unboxing. Of all the products I've ever unboxed, ASUS has always been one of the top, and it's no different for the ExpertBook, alright? When you open the box, the same thing like what we had with the Pro Duo that I reviewed some time back, the box actually lifts the laptop up, which is a small thing if you think about it, but it's so cool and really adds to the unboxing experience. Now, apart from the laptop, you get your charger, of course, but trust me, you're not going to be using the charger a lot, and I'll speak about that later. But you also get a carrying case or like a sleeve for your laptop, which is also very well built, and it looks really quality as well. Okay, so talking about the specs, this ASUS ExpertBook B9450, I'm just going to call it the B9450. Yeah, so it comes with Intel's 10th generation CPUs. It comes with 16 gigabytes of RAM. Okay, in terms of the graphics, you're not going to get, well, it's not a gaming laptop, okay? You're going to get integrated Intel graphics, which is fine for an office laptop, okay? And here's the cool thing, all right? This thing is only about, when it's closed, it's about 14.9 millimeters thick, which is incredible. Yet, this supports up to 2 NVMe SSDs for a total storage of 4 terabytes, which is honestly unheard of for any office laptop anywhere that you can get right now. Okay, and in terms of connectivity, on this side, you get a headphone jack, very nice. Okay, you get a USB Gen 3.1, which is cool. All right, you get 2 Thunderbolt, one of them for charging, okay, which is Type C. You get a full HDMI port, which is really important, and I'm going to explain why in a bit. And also you got a micro HDMI port, but this is actually to put your Ethernet dongle or your LAN dongle. Now, coming back to this HDMI port and why this is so important. Now, okay, for me, in my day job, I've been working in IT and IT support for the past 7 years, okay? And I've seen almost every single office laptop there is in this past 7 years. And when it comes to the newer laptops, the trend right now is to go light like this, which is very light. But also, you tend to lose a lot of ports, and a lot of them, almost all of the new ones, don't have a HDMI port, and they come with this USB 3.0 or something else that you need a dongle for to plug your HDMI or whatever graphics cable in. So the fact that ASUS has added this in shows that they have, really paid attention to what people in the office really need, and they made sure that this is available so you don't carry around a ton of different dongles. Now, another thing that is really important to a lot of office people, of course, is portability. And with a laptop, yes, every laptop is portable. But this one takes it a whole step further. Now this, I'm holding it like this because it's so crazy light. This is the lightest laptop of any office laptop I have ever used. And I think one of the lightest ever, okay? Now, I use a Surface Pro 4 and I absolutely love it. And one of the reasons why I love it because it's so easy to bring around and so portable. Honestly, this feels the same, if not maybe even lighter, because this, all right, in its entirety, weighs 870 grams. I don't know if any other laptop is that light. Maybe the LG Gram, but I'm not sure. But this, at 870 grams, it is definitely the lightest I have ever experienced. Now, another thing that's really important in office laptops, of course, is security, okay? And this laptop has not compromised on any of it, okay? Now, a lot of people have this habit of buying a cover over their webcam, and this has a webcam, by the way. Now, some people, they will just put like a sticker over. Some people will buy an actual slider to cover. Now, this laptop has it built in. Even though it's so thin, it has a physical switch where you can actually switch off the webcam, which is fantastic and really, really good thinking on ASUS. Now, other than that, of course, you have your Kensington lock. All right, now, apart from this, a physical security, you also have TPM, or Trusted Platform Module. Now, a lot of people who work in the office will be familiar with that. It's basically like a hard-coded password that you need to key in before you get into Windows. And I'm sure anybody who has an office laptop probably has that. So this has that, which is super important. If you didn't have that, it wouldn't be considered an office laptop. Now, this also has a fingerprint scanner, really quick, and as well, Windows Hello recognition, which I feel like a lot more laptops need to utilize because it is so good. And in this particular one, it is so quick. The very second I lifted up the screen, within less than a second, I was logged in, which is fantastic. So how is the experience using the laptop? Now, okay, once again, I have to say, when you hold the laptop, automatically it feels fantastic. It feels premium, and it really is. And one of the reasons why this is so light is the material that they use to build the body. Now, this is not your normal like plastic or metal frame. This is a magnesium lithium alloy or something like that. Yeah, it's a magnesium lithium alloy, which attributes to its really, really low weight, and you can really feel it. And the feel that you have, it's not smooth, it is not a fingerprint magnet. It just feels really, really nice. Now, actually working with the laptop is, I would say, quite good as well. The Chiclet keyboard doesn't have as much travel as I would like, but I would still say definitely good enough. The screen is nice. It's a full HD screen, so for office use, I would say perfectly fine. The colors are really nice. Now, in terms of screen brightness, it goes up to about 300 nits, which I think is just about borderline for it to be good. Most laptops are within that range anyway. I would like to see a laptop that is a little bit brighter, but for this one, I would say it's just about good enough. Now, another really cool feature about the laptop is the trackpad. Now, the trackpad also doubles as a number pad. Now, yes, I know that there are quite a few ASUS laptops that have this feature, but the fact that they added it here is really cool as well. Now, how you do it is basically on the top right hand corner of the trackpad, you have like a calculator icon. Just press and hold that, and the number pad just lights up out of nowhere, and it's really good. And what I really love about this, and like I said, I don't know how they do this. Now, when you turn on the trackpad, you get the numbers and you can type and all that. But if you want to use it as a trackpad again, you don't have to switch it off. You can actually just use it while the number pad is turned on. And I'm not sure how they did that, but that is fantastic and makes it a lot easier to use. Oh, now another thing I forgot to mention. Now, even though this laptop is so thin at 14.9 millimeters or something like that, yeah, it is so tough. I am trying to bend it. I'm literally trying to flex it now, and there is absolutely no flex. It is really sturdy, really well built. I know it has some sort of military grade certification. I forgot what it's called, and I'll put it on the screen. But yeah, it is. You can tell immediately that this is one of the toughest ultra light laptops that I've definitely ever experienced. Now, I've mentioned so many good things about this laptop, but I think the one thing that is game-changing is the battery. Now, earlier on I mentioned and I said that it comes with a charger, but you won't need it as much, and I meant it. All right, now if your laptop lasted 4 hours, 6 hours, you would consider that good. If it's 8 hours, it would be remarkable for an office laptop. If it lasted half the day, it's almost unheard of. Now, I use this, and when I say I use it, I really mean it. Like for morning, I use it all the way till night. I just kept surfing and I kept watching shows and just typing stuff. It lasted more than 12 hours. All right, by the end of the day, when I was going to go to bed, I still had 30% battery. How did they do this? I don't know. I think one big part of it is because it's a full HD screen and not like a quad HD or 4K screen, because the higher the resolution, the more battery it will drain. But no matter what, it is still incredible. It is the best battery life of any laptop. I don't just mean for office. So yeah, I've been waxing lyrical about this laptop, and justifiably so. There's so many things about this laptop that is really good, but of course there are some things that I didn't like, or I feel like there should be some improvements. Number one, I would say really is the screen. Now, like I said, the screen is really good. I'm not talking about the screen per se. This laptop comes in at about 16:9 in terms of the aspect ratio, so 16:9. I personally feel, and this is after using a Microsoft Surface for so long, I personally feel that 16:9 might not be the best aspect ratio for office use. Now, why do I say this? Now, when you do a lot of typing on Word or whatever, and when you're typing on the screen, an aspect ratio of about 3:2, like what the Surface, I think it's 3:2 or something like that. It's much better for productivity, in my opinion. When you're typing, you see more of the page. I just personally feel that it should have been. But I don't mean that they should have cut this much off. I feel like if they have made the screen a bit taller, and it's a bit taller, I think in terms of the screen usage, I think it would have been better. But of course, there would have been some downfalls to that. It would have probably been a bit heavier. Maybe the screen might be a bit more expensive, I'm not sure. But even having said that, that's a personal preference and not everyone is going to feel the same way. And for me, using this for about a week and a half, it wasn't that much of an issue. It was just me trying to get used to this sort of wide aspect ratio. Okay, and the other thing is the power button. Okay, nothing wrong with the power button itself, but basically the power button just looks like one of the keys on the keyboard, and it's right above the backspace. Now, granted, they changed the color of the power button to be solid black, where the keys are more of a dark blue to fit the rest of the laptop. I felt like they should have had maybe the power button on the side or somewhere away from the keyboard so that you don't accidentally press it. Okay, yeah, but that's basically it really. Other than that, I would go as far as to say that in my 7 years of being working in IT, working in infrastructure and working in IT support, I have not seen a better laptop. In fact, if I were to give a rating, now, I did mention some of the things that I don't like, but none of them are deal breakers. So I'm actually going to give this a very easy 5 out of 5 and a very easy Technobabble recommended logo. Okay, so let's talk about the price, okay? This laptop, okay, so it comes in 3 variants, but it starts at about $2,298 and it goes up to about $2,698. Now, it may seem like quite a bit of money for a laptop, but if you think about it in the office sense and for the office space, all right, now I can tell you all these Dell and Lenovo laptops, because they provide this sort of on-site support service, because they provide warranty, which by the way, for this is international warranty, okay? They are all priced around the same. And honestly, for a laptop that you can upgrade up to 4 terabytes and with 16 gigabytes of RAM, I actually feel in the office space, this is value for money. And this is actually surprising to me because of all the ASUS laptops that I reviewed, and I'm sure if you've seen them, go check them out. I reviewed the Mothership, that was $10,000. I reviewed the ASUS Pro Duo, that was like $5,000. And for a lot of ASUS laptops, they sort of built a reputation of extremely good build quality, fantastic design, but always at a premium price. But somehow they've built this so well. And in terms of office space and the prices for office laptops, it is actually value for money. It is not expensive. In terms of the specs that you get, I would say it's actually cheaper than what you might get for some other models. All right, so that about wraps up my review of the ASUS ExpertBook B9450. Now, if you like this video, you know what to do, and I would love it if you would subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to receive notifications on our next video. I'm JP, and I'll see you real soon.